Part 3 podcast.
Let's fucking go.
Stephen Malbon.
Oh my goodness.
Let's get right into it.
Put him down for the birdie, dog.
Just a bit outside.
Gang is back together.
Somebody give me your fucking putter. Hoard the putt in.
I had to make it. Welcome back to the Part 3 podcast. I'm one of your co-hosts, J.R. Smith. This is my other co-host, Stephen Malbon. Then we have a very special guest today. This is one of my favorite, really shaped, especially the early years of my career, and just thinking of what the name of having a crew of homeboys and how it would just be so dope with just being able to do what you want to do with your people. And for me, Jerry Ferrara, you are a part of a group that was like iconic in just homeboys and friends and friendship and what it meant to be the guy with having his crew with him. Like, for an athlete, we are always known for our entourages, or celebrities, quote unquote, we were known for our entourages. And the way y'all did that, the way you played your role to the extent that you did, bro, that shit was amazing.
I appreciate that, and thank you guys for having me, because big fan, and we've gotten to know each other over the years, so happy to be here. But I always wonder why, because we had so many athlete cameos on the show, and there was like a list of people who wanted to be on. I always wonder, like, what's the thing that drew them to it, and that's the thing. It's really, the show was always about friendship, right? Yeah. And you guys are in such peculiar situations, man. You're living the dream, right? So you need to have people around you, A, that you can trust, B, that you could have fun with.
Right.
Yeah, man, I like to think that the show was way more about friendship than just Hollywood. So I appreciate that, man. That means a lot coming from you.
No, for sure. It's funny because obviously, and you're continuing having success throughout your career and, power and stuff like that. Like, my daughter, she knows you from that. I'm like, no, bro, you got to go back and I put her on Entourage, and she's watched all of them so many different times. And don't judge me for letting my daughter watch Entourage or Power.
No judgment, full support.
But, you know what I'm saying? But like, real talk, she went back and she's like, Daddy, that's like, that show, it's so good. I'm like, yeah, I'm telling you, like, this is what it's about. And even even to see y'all's growth throughout the friendship has put me in a lot of like LeBron and his crew and his camp.
For sure.
Like the way you guys moved and he putting guys on, putting his boys on. You guys grew from his driver to doing like so much other shit and like having your own life. And I see that in Rich, Brown, Mav, and Randy, and it just reminded me so much of like, this is what it's about.
It's funny, man. It's the 20-year anniversary coming up from when the first season aired, right? So I was 23 when that show started, and we were talking about LA right before we started. I had just moved to LA. I was fresh out of Brooklyn. I knew nothing about LA, so I learned so much too about the business and what it takes to maintain a career through doing that show, because I knew nothing. And now it's 20 years later, I just can't believe it. And then, in the street, I'll see like an 18-year-old kid who kind of come up to me, and I know, oh, you love Power because you're young. Then like 35-year-old dude, I'm like, oh, you're Entourage. And then they don't even know each other exists sometimes.
Right.
It's kind of weird, but I'm lucky, man. I've had a really good run. So that's why you see me, I'm smiling a lot, because I'm a lucky dude.
No, 100%. Obviously, we're here to talk about more, golf and your love of the game. And I know you're a Knicks fan. We're gonna get to that in a minute.
Yeah, we'll hit that.
But golf, what brought you into the game?
It's funny, man. It really was Entourage. If you remember in the pilot episode, right? And I played a little golf, but in Brooklyn, golf was not available to you, right? There's no golf courses. Equipment's expensive. It was either basketball, football, baseball, or crime, probably back in the day.
Yeah.
Entourage was shooting the pilot, and we kind of borrowed this from Wahlberg, right? We're supposed to be hitting balls into the Hollywood Hills off the deck. If you look in the pilot, I'm wearing the glove on the wrong hand. I'm a righty, I'm wearing the glove. I'm wearing the glove on my right hand. I knew nothing, and the swing's terrible. Then season 2, we got a golf simulator on the show. In between takes, we're just kind of, playing, and then it's starting to like click with me. And it really was Kevin Dillon, who played Johnny Drama, who he's like, it's in his blood. His dad, golf coach at Fordham, family membership at Wingfoot. He started taking me to the par 3s, and from that moment on, I was obsessed. And I do feel like Entourage in golf we had Phil Mickelson on. We've shot on golf courses.
Tom Brady.
Brady.
I was about to say that's one of my favorite episodes, though. Tom Brady's driving.
If Entourage were to come out now, though, for sure Turtle would be rocking Malbon. Like, not even a doubt in my mind. And I think that's why it's just not even a doubt. That's 100% what he would be rocking. So,
100%.
It was funny. He was telling me he has the undefeated bag, but like I remember Entourage. Like I remember the golf stuff, Tom Brady, him breaking the driver, and I remember like you guys went to like undefeated on La Brea in the show.
Yeah.
And then you're rocking a Malbon undefeated bag.
It's full circle. It's full circle for me.
I'm sitting next to motherfucking this guy, JR. What is going on?
Yeah, when we did like the sneaker stuff, right? Sneaker culture and streetwear culture was very popular, but it wasn't like for public consumption yet. This is like 2007. And I remember shortly after, like, my friends even like, people wait on lines for sneakers? I'm like, yeah, this is like Star Wars for them. They'll wait online. And when we did that episode, I felt like the next year, like the sneaker culture exploded.
Crazy.
And I still got those gold Air Force One Fukijamas, man. People ask me, I've gotten crazy offers for those things.
Really?
6-figure offers. Let me buy those shoes. I'm like, if you see me selling them, that means some bad stuff happened. Come up on some hard times.
You got 2 kids. You'll need about 8 more kids to sell those.
Yeah, you just come up on some hard times if you see someone rocking my size 10 Air Force One gold Fukijamas.
Where's the game at right now? How you feel about it?
I feel good about it because I really not that I'm not competitive, I'm super competitive, and that's also what I love about golf, but you're competitive with yourself. I'm a 12 right now. Lowest I've ever been. I almost cracked into 9 single-digit territory. Once I had kids, it did impact the game a little bit. I just love it, man. Golf is so unique because, like, look, I can't do anything that you do on the basketball court, nothing, right? But I can get lucky and strike a wedge and get maybe a better result than you want a couple of times, right? And I think that's what the equalizer is. You could just love the game and play against someone who's really good and still, because I was in a match yesterday with guys that were better than me and I took their money and I loved it. Also, too, like you mentioned Entourage and friendship, it's like being out there with your friends. Times have changed for sure. We're not together as much, but golf is the thing that kind of brings us together.
Yeah.
So I love it, man.
And you were saying earlier that with your wife and y'all's relationship, he said basically that like she knows when he's going golfing because he gets up early, cleans the house, he makes breakfast.
Amazing breakfast.
Yeah, like everything is perfect. So it's like, now I'm leaving.
Whipped cream, everything.
He's saying that like it's his way of like keeping tight with his crew, like with the having, because it is when you have kids and you have work and you have obligations and you have family. It's hard to be like, hey, let's go to the bar for 5 hours. Your wife's looking at you like, what?
The bar?
What are you talking about?
Kids
But if it's
over
like,
here.
I'm gonna go play Lakeside with my 3 homies, and it's like, oh, that's good for you.
Yeah,
It is
sure.
good for you, right? It's good for your mental health. It's good for the little space between the family. When I'm at home, what I have to do is be a good husband, have patience, be hands-on and present for my kids, put my phone down, cook dinner, tell them a little story before bed, and then go and, catch up with my wife before I go to sleep. That shit is easy compared to playing 18 holes of golf. 18 holes of golf is hard.
Grinding it out.
Grinding over 4-foot putts. Fucking, you fail so many times over and over and over in a 4-hour period. I was telling him, like, you're in the woods, I'm gonna hit it under that tree and cut it. What do? You hit the tree. It's like, damn, failure. Then the next hole, I'm gonna, make this 10-foot putt, leave it a foot short. After all of that abuse you put to yourself, the rest of the days is like walk in the park. What I gotta do, work and be kind? It's like, this is easy. That shit was hard. So I love it, man.
Yeah, I got really humbled too. We had Phil Mickelson on Entourage back in the day, right? We filmed with him, and then he's like, come on, guys, let's go play some holes. I'm like, we're about to play a little golf with Phil Mickelson. This is gonna be great. First tee shot, man, just seeing the differences of a pro. Also, it made me enjoy golf more because it's like, look, I'm never gonna play that version, but this version's just as fun.
Right.
But yeah, man, seeing like a pro come up there and hit a 320-yard stinger, and then just like talk trash. He basically conceded.
He talks a lot of trash.
He conceded a 30-foot putt to me that was for par. He had a 20-foot birdie putt. He conceded in our little match. He's like, I'm going to make it.
Yeah.
And he did.
Yeah, of course
I'm like,
he did.
all right, well, that's how this is going to go.
I played with him a couple holes at the bridge.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, yeah,
and
yeah.
down in San Diego or whatever. And the first hole, he came out on like the 9th hole and played with us with my friend Daughters that does a full swing. So he came and joined me, Schoolboy Q, Daughters that owns Full Swings, and then Phil. So the 4 of us are now playing. So on the first hole, he's like, all right, let me see this. I'm like, fuck.
That's
on
a
the
little stressful.
10th hole, right? So I go stand over the ball, I'm getting my shit right, and I'm focusing in on the ball, and all of a sudden his feet appear in my view of the ball. So he's standing like purposely 2-3 feet away from me. Like his feet are that far
It's like,
away from
why,
my ball.
man?
I'm
Just
like,
why?
you really gotta be that close to me, right? So I hit it as good as I can hit it driver. Just pured it. One of them like, come on man, just don't be a fucking failure right now. Like rip one. So I fucking rip it. Hit it as good as I can hit it. I'm holding my follow through and shit, feeling all great. He looks at me and says, yeah, it was cute. Oh, like, that was cute.
Come on,
I just hit
man.
it as good as I can hit it.
Give me
That
my
was
respect.
Cute. Cute. Like, I'm not trying to hit a driver and hear a grown man look at me and say, that was cute. Cute with a driver.
You know what, let me ask you guys something, because I got a little bit of a hot take. And I've been talking to people about this, and they're all saying, like, that's dumb. Why would you think that? I want to get rid of the golf scramble. Because I play in a lot of events and stuff, and it's a
worst.
lot of fun, right? It's for
The
fun,
worst.
it's great. No pressure. If I'm with JR, I know I ain't got to worry about getting off the tee. I can just chip and putt,
Yeah.
great. But then you come in and you see minus 23
Yeah.
wins, and you know, I just like, there's got to be a better way where we could play some cool events and matches and stuff, and still compete, and still have fun. That's not a scramble. I want to find a better way.
We just did it up at the Preserve. We did a Malbon Adidas thing, and we had like 70 of us came, and we just basically said like, don't keep score. No one cares what you shot.
Right.
Go play a foursome, play a eightsome, a
Right.
twosome.
Have fun.
If you hit a bad shot, when I was doing the little announcing, you hit a bad shot, just hit another one.
Right.
Right? Like, cause like then everyone can win. Rather than you go out there and you're grinding and this, that, and the other, and you keep score, you don't cheat, whatever, and you come in and you lost by 9 strokes.
Right, you lost
It's
to
like,
the guy who cheated the
how
most.
in the hell?
Right.
Or the long drive. Like my boy Jesus of golf, he lost in one time in one of our tournaments, he lost the long drive, and then I'm like, who beat him? And then I look, and the dude that beat him was like, there's no way on earth.
15
Jesus,
Like my
handicap.
size.
like a 22 handicap, 4.5 foot tall, and Jesus hits it 400 yards, and he said he hit it perfect, and this dude outdrove him by 30 yards. It's like,
Yeah.
but I agree. That just makes a negative
Yes.
ending
Yes.
to every great day.
Yeah.
I walk
Every
in,
tournament. It's like, nah.
I walk into the clubhouse, it's like, all right, let's see what this ridiculous
sure.
winning score is
Yeah.
going to be.
It's such an anticipation of negative energy. Like, I know somebody just shot 22 under.
22 under, it's like it
bro,
can't.
what?
So I'm really gonna put on my thinking cap, try to figure out like, mix a little shamble maybe, but just something that, again, it's all there for fun, you're right. But that competitiveness at the end, it's like, we grinded out this minus 12. I know it's a good score,
Right.
and to lose by 10 shots.
But to me, like, even like, I like a shamble, but you can't use the same person to drive back to back.
Right, that's what I'm saying. There's
You know what I'm
ways,
saying?
so
Like-
that's gonna be my 2024
You know what's
thing.
fun you could do is you could do 2-ball. You could
Yes.
do 2-ball, and then that way the other 2 people in your group are
Eventually,
you're just gonna watch each other a little bit. Like that putt's
Right.
not good.
Right.
When there's 4 of you, and you're in your
100%.
group by yourself, it's like, just pick it up, John. That's
Come
a
on,
birdie.
we're gonna make
One
it.
of us would
One
make
is
it,
gonna
just
make
pick
it.
it up. Yeah, like that's what they're doing all day. And so it's
Yeah.
like, bro, that was for eagle.
Right.
I just let them pick up a 6-footer
And it was-
for
yeah,
eagle.
it was 7.5
Yeah,
feet.
take it. That's an eagle.
And the mulligans. I don't like the buying the mulligans.
No,
You
because
can't buy
you don't
them.
even have to buy them. It's like I've heard that joke forever. It's like they're selling the mulligans 100 a mulligan. You can buy up to 4, and then you just go and you're like, I bought 8.
But that's another thing I think we could fix. Because look, usually those things are tied to charity, so that's always a good thing, right? But
Right.
you know what? Let's save it for like the auction after, or let's buy some like. People buy the 15 mulligans, and I do think we should spend your money when you're at these charity events, right? It's a good
100%.
cause, do it. But maybe just let's do like a raffle and win a bag, win a sandwich, something, you know.
Right.
So sorry, I didn't mean to take the conversation
No,
this
no,
way.
A lot of people think that. A lot of people think that. Every time you see someone like, even like, like Bryce Butler constantly talking about it on Instagram, or Roger Steele, and all them dudes are just like, this. At the end of the day, too, look, you're all out there raising money for charity.
Right,
You're all
yeah.
out there to enjoy yourself and have fun. And why does only one foursome win. At the end of the day, the charity's winning and we're all winning just to be out there and having a good time.
Yeah.
So I think it's like, you know, like golfing, like if I'm not in a tournament or I'm not gambling, like I don't keep score.
Right, you're just out there to hit.
I don't care. You know, I don't really care if I played Summit this morning. If I shot 72 or 82, I don't really care. It doesn't like change my day where I'm gonna like order a larger steak tonight at dinner because I shot 72. You know, like
you're gonna eat the same steak as you shot 82.
Everything's the same. It doesn't really affect anything. And then when you hear people like finish golf and they run right in and it's like, I shot 80. Fuck cares? Why'd you keep score? Like, what are you in a tournament? Like, it takes no fun. All the fun gets out of it because even when I shoot, let's say my best round ever, as soon as I finish, all I'm thinking is like, well, I did miss 3 putts that I should have made. Like, it should have been 3 better. So you never have a sense of, like, victory. It's like, yeah, I played great, but I picked the wrong club on 6.
It's where I get just as much enjoyment from the night before, knowing that I'm gonna go out and play with some, like, not as much as the actual golf. I love the golf too, but that night before, it's like, oh, we got 8 a.m.
Anticipation.
Yeah, that's enough. That's
Get to the
almost as
range
good as
at 7:30.
Yeah.
I'm gonna wear this shirt with this.
Yeah,
like,
I just played Shadow Creek the other day, and like that night before I went to bed, I was just like Christmas Eve.
So exciting.
I told my wife, I'm like, I just can't wait. She's like, yeah, I haven't seen you this excited for anything since like a premiere or something. Like, yeah, this is big. This is a big moment for me.
Yeah, and it's amazing. Like I stopped partying, and the way I stopped going to nightclubs in LA was to start getting tee times at golf courses.
That's a great way to do it.
Because like it went from like, well, I'm a loser, I can't go to the club with all my friends, this like, what's wrong with me shit, to like, I got a tee time in the morning. Like, I'm not depressed. I'm fucking, I said, I've done like flyovers on the hole. Like,
yeah.
I hit 3-wood here, driver here, pick my outfit out, clean my clubs, go to bed early.
I will say some of the rounds that went maybe from the club to the golf course the next morning, those are some of the more interesting rounds of golf. Not for the faint of heart, definitely not at my age anymore.
Yeah.
Long removed, but
still up on the range.
some of those,
is a
like, I
different
shouldn't even
thing.
be out here, man. Why am I here?
you want to see what I'm saying? I was going through that this morning. He was like, yeah, man, come on, we're going to something. Bro, I'm not
here right now.
No way.
I called him this morning. He said, bro, I'm cooking. I'm in bed. I'm cooking. I need to sleep more. He didn't come out.
You hang with these football players, man, and they get you going, boy. They know they don't have a base. Like, they just continuously drink. They go, I'm drinking wine. They drinking liquor. I'm like, yo, bro.
Listen,
There's no way.
Again, those days are long gone for me, but I was at a charity tournament somewhere, I forget. They had to do a wellness check on me because I almost missed the tee time, right? And again, like, because I don't go out anymore, so it was like rare for me. Went to sleep at 2:30 in the morning, it wasn't that bad, and then it's just banging on the door opens, I look, and it's security. I'm like, what happened? They're like, your tea time's in 15 minutes. I'm like, I slept in, I never sleep in. Man, that was a humbling experience. They're like, yeah, we had to do a wellness check on Ferrara, make sure he was alive still.
Man.
Fun times.
Do you play golf with Sean Avery ever?
You know, I haven't played with. We've talked about playing for a bit.
He loves to talk about it.
Good dude. Yeah,
His kid plays.
Oh, his kid. Yeah.
Little man.
So yeah, Kevin Connolly, who's played. I think they've played a bunch, and he's not new to golf. He just started playing, and you know when someone got that first. Oh, you got the butt. Like,
yeah,
I could look right in his eyes. We were just in Orlando last week doing something work-wise, and 9 holes at 6:45 in the morning. I'm like, oh, you're about it. He's in that stage where, like, any chance he can get, he's golfing right now. So
he was on our episode some time ago. He did one of them with us, and he was talking about how when he was playing in New York, playing hockey, like the juice that you get from being on a New York team. Like he's been in the Yankees.
Like nothing else in the world.
And then he said they would take like helicopters and fly out to the Hamptons and play golf, but he didn't care about golf. But he would go because whatever, but he didn't realize he was playing like Shinnecock and
like the best courses.
He was just like, I don't fucking know, it's golf.
Yeah, they got some tournament here next week, the U.S. Open.
Exactly.
What is that? Yeah.
Living in New York, like, what's your favorite spots around the area?
For golf, right? Yeah, so, you know too, it's like New York's tough, right? Because you could live in Brooklyn, Queens, Manhattan, wherever, you got to figure it out. Luckily for me, I have a lot of friends in like Westchester and in Jersey. So I'm always, and that's how you know too. Driving from Brooklyn to Westchester and then coming for a round of golf and then coming home at 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Be like, honey, I'll be home at 7:30. She's like, wait, you just finished, you said. I'm like, yeah, I know, I'm driving home from Westchester. She's like, you realize you've been gone for 9 hours? I'm like, there's nowhere else to play. So
You go to Staten Island and play one if you want.
you know what? My mom lives in Staten Island, so I've played
There are some courses
Silver
I used to
Lake
go.
and
Yeah, I
South
played
Shore.
those.
You know,
They're rough.
yeah, and the course I grew up in, where I grew up, like I said, I didn't play much as a kid. This course, Dyker Heights, and I swear during the 90s when there was like a mob war, they were just dumping bodies on that course.
Yeah.
It was not used for golf, but it is now in good shape. It's like one of the most played public courses, and I think the claim to fame was there's like an army base right near there, and I think Earl Woods was stationed there for like 6 months. So you know people from Brooklyn, they're like Tiger's from Brooklyn. Like, just like Michael Jordan's from Brooklyn. Like he was born in Brooklyn and moved to North Carolina when he was like a baby.
Yeah.
So yeah, a lot of people in Brooklyn from that, like Tiger's from Brooklyn. No, he's not. He's as West Coast as it gets.
For sure.
Nah, his dad was stationed here for 4 months. Tiger's from Brooklyn.
Yeah, let's go.
Take one any kind of credit. We take that.
Yeah, that's some New York shit right there.
Being a Knicks fan, and obviously I've seen you courtside in many games, or either playing recent. Like, how you feel about the new team?
Look, I love it, man. We were talking off the air. It's like the last kind of great run like this so far was that 2013-14 team, I guess, or 12-13 when it was 3 seed, right?
Yeah.
And it's just, you know, also for me too, it's like a lot of years of, you know, not really having that great like point guard, you know, like you were obviously a great guard, but just like that guy bringing up the ball, you know. So the Brunson thing, you know, I'm really enjoying. I'm happy for him, you know, because that's a dude that's constantly like overlooked.
Right.
Like the 4 year, you were in Villanova 4 years, that's a negative, right? You're 6'1", that's negative. So he kind of beat a lot of the odds. It's just like I don't want to talk about it because it's like. I just want them to get to the playoffs healthy. I'm like, let's get there. My kids already are like, Dad, you really like the Knicks, huh? They're 4-2. They already know. They troll me too, because like, you know, we spend time in Cleveland. They're like, go Cavs. I'm like, that's your mom talking right there. Stop. They're like, no, we like the Cavs, Daddy. So, but I'm curious too, man. Like you were saying, and like Stephen just said, playing in New York too, man. You must have. But I forget. Were you golfing already back then? You were already golfing when you were with the Knicks, right?
Yeah.
So, you know how hard it is to play.
This is ridiculously hard.
In New York, man. They gotta fix that. I don't think they're ever gonna be able to fix that, but.
No, unless they turn the golf course in the middle of Central Park.
Central Park, right? I'd be for it. Let's do it.
For sure. Nice little muni.
That'd be a good one.
Do you imagine? Hey, I'm playing Central Park today from the tips.
From the tips.
From the tips.
From the tips, it'd be 5,800 yards. It's fucking nuts. I mean, playing in New York is ridiculous. I've never felt like a celebrity, but every time I step foot in New York, or like I feel like I'm either still playing, I'm current. Like everybody knows who you are.
To this day, right? You walk in New York.
It's nuts.
No matter if it's wherever you go, restaurant, you go shopping at a mall, like they're just
It's nuts.
Yeah, man.
It's nuts. For me, like I wasn't an all-star. It wasn't like I was the highest paid, or I wasn't Melo, I wasn't Stat, I wasn't, Tyson, but I played a intricate role into it, to where it was like I helped the team, and being from the area, I think it just helped people know me more.
Yeah.
But now I don't know. It's crazy. I couldn't imagine, like, because I played with the Lakers and I seen guys who played on the Lakers in LA, and I still don't see the love that New Yorkers give their team in LA. It doesn't happen.
Yeah, that's why we were even talking too about, Ryder Cup, USA got beat up. We were talking about Fitzpatrick chipping in and going, but next year, I guess next year, it's at, it's in New York, man. Ryder Cup's in New York. Bethpage. I said all my uncles are gonna be there cursing at the Euros. Like it's gonna be wild. And I
It's
can't.
gonna get nasty.
Yeah, I love that. The Ryder Cup format to me, I love all the majors, obviously. I watch any golf at any time, but that's what also got me into golf when I started playing. I happened to catch a Ryder Cup, and I think it was like one of the bigger comebacks that USA had to make, and that format just spoke to me. So I might have to make an appearance. I've been to a couple of U.S. Opens. I might have to go check out that
that's the
Ryder
one
Cup,
to go
man.
to.
That's the one.
Because like you say, you like that format. Like for me, I love that. Like I feel like I want to see more of head-to-head combat. Like I want to see, like Brooks and Rory head-to-head.
It's just
like, don't get me wrong, playing against the field is good, but obviously now with the way PGA and Live is, the field isn't as strong because you got 10 of the top, arguably 20 best players in the world playing in a totally different tournament and can't even play in the same tournament. So it's like, now I just need to see more head-to-head matches.
Also, I love the team element. Like, when these guys are playing in majors and big tournaments, you almost feel like they're playing against themselves, right? They're trying to navigate, and you're really at one with it on your own. But what I do love about the Ryder Cup, too, is like alternate shot. But I really do think that, PGA, Ryder Cup, if you're listening, here's another hot take. Ferrara's letting them fly today. Like in the NBA, they do mic'd up.
Yeah.
And, and I love in the Ryder Cup when
like
when Zach Johnson comes over with the walkie. Yeah. I want to know what they're saying. You can bleep out the stuff that might either offend people or give away two strategies, but come on, take us in there.
Right.
Why are these guys up a little bit? Be very selective. Like, I think TNT does a good job. I've never seen any player or coach embarrassed by the hot mic. I'm sure there was stuff said.
100%.
I would love to be a fly on the wall and just hear what Zach Johnson's saying when you were down, 11-3 in the Ryder Cup,
The match play thing is cool too because it's like the caddy, the miking side, the caddy, the player, the 2 versus 2 match play.
So good.
Think of the talks they're having. Golf is one of those things where there's so much warfare that can be had. If I have a 10-foot birdie putt and I'm in a match against JR and he's got a 20-foot birdie putt, when we're walking to the green, I'm like, I'm gonna make my birdie, I'm winning this hole. But if he makes his 20-footer, all of a sudden now, I'm like, I can't make the 10-foot birdie putt. It's like, oh my God, I can't make this putt now. So you can snatch the shit, or the momentum can change so quickly where you're sometimes, you're out of the hole, but you just have to stay in it and then let a disaster happen. And even match play, it's it's a different sport than stroke play. Right. Stroke play is one sport and match play is the other. So I play in the club championship at the course up in Pebble Beach, and it's match play. So I feel like I could beat anyone in match play, but I don't think I could beat any of them in stroke play. Because I could have a double, birdie, birdie, birdie. They're gonna have 5 pars, right? But I'm up.
You're up.
I'm up because I had multiple birdies. So it's match play is just so fun, and exactly that. It's the warfare in match play. And you could imagine when it's JT and Jordan Spieth in each other's ear on the tee box. All right, listen. He just hit it in the bunker.
It's this is our shot. We win this hole, Justin.
So much of that shit.
Again, like I said, bleep out or I don't want to hear anything that's going to make anybody look bad, but I just think as fans, there's so much more we can get from that.
Yeah.
But and it's true, some players are just dynamite match play players, and they're pros, so they're good even in stroke play, but maybe they don't win as much, but that's why I love the captain's picks, right? It's hey, Justin Rose has been struggling, but you know what? In the Ryder Cup, he's 9-1 in match play. 100%. And he killed it. He won a lot of valuable points.
Poulter, historically.
Sergio,
And there's all that shit too. It's if you get up and hit first. If I'm in match play and I get up and I talk shit, I'm gonna hit a little hold off, cut off the left bunker, and then I hit it perfect. And I just walk to the cart. I don't even watch the dude hit. You know what I mean? And then you do that a few holes. You're playing mind games, and all of a sudden you can make your opponent who should beat you after 4 or 5 holes. They can just literally be like, I can't beat this dude today. Not today. I can't beat him today. He's calling his shot. He's hitting it. He's not even practice swinging. He's walking up. I feel froggy. I'm going to go ahead and leap. You mind? Just pour the putt in. You know what I mean? Walk off the green. They're like, ah.
The flip side, though, is even yesterday at Shallow Creek, we were in a nice little 2-on-2 match play. And, we had a 4-hole lead. on the back, but then, they cut it to 3.
It's just here.
They cut it to 2.
They come.
And I looked at my partner, I'm like,
crumbling.
we're melting down, yo.
And you can't stop.
And then it's like, man, I got this little 110 yard, and it's like, I would never in a million years really, I would think a little bit about this shot, but what's the worst? And now I'm like, checking the wind more, asking the caddy, like, you sure it's what do I need to cover? I'm like, what? We're grinding. It's like, yo, we're playing for $100, man.
Yeah, but you feel yourself melting, and it's
man.
like it's really hard to change the momentum.
Yeah.
100%.
Right? If you're trying to get it, it's almost impossible. But sometimes when you're on and you keep hitting first and you keep hitting it by the flag, your opponent's just like crumbling.
That's why I really like alternate shot, because you
Alternate
really
shot's
see
crazy.
what you see those guys put their boys in a fucked up spot, and they sitting there like that look, and the other guy's got to hit that shot. He's trying to think like, be confident about it, but like he'll hit a bad shot. Like, well, what did you expect? You put me there, so
You find that in the
see that.
trees.
It's like,
It's not that hard of a shot.
I
that
did
shit
it.
is
I
nuts.
did that with my wife. We played in a alternate shot husband-wife tournament.
Ooh,
If
that's
you
a
wanna
lot of
test
pressure,
you want to
man.
test your marriage. All right, so this is how it goes. Y'all
That's
ready?
couples therapy
This is
right
couples
there.
therapy.
That's couples
so
therapy.
like, I hit the drive. She fucking shanks it off to the right, leaves me behind the bunker, short-sided. I hit a flop over the bunker. I hit it 4 foot. She hits it 12 foot past the hole. Then I missed the 8-footer back, and she's upset with me. Imagine.
You should have made that 8-footer, Steven.
Yeah, I should have made the 8-footer.
Her putt was harder.
What are you talking about? You hit it up a hill, 12 foot past the hole, leave me some bullshit slider back down. I had you ready to go after you shanked my perfect drive. And then the next hole, whoever hits last, then I miss that putt coming down. She taps in, then I got to hit again, and I hit it on a par 3, 8 foot. Here she goes, hits it 4 foot. Then I missed the 4-footer, and it's like, you're a bum. I'm like, I'm a bum.
My wife we play like twice a year in a couples scramble, right? And
It's
I
fun.
love it. It's fun.
It's
and I
fun.
always make some kind of Instagram reel because it's just the funniest thing ever. But she's never prepared. Like, she'll hit a ball out of bounds. Oh, I don't have she has no pockets. I'm like, you gotta
tee,
wear
no
pockets.
balls.
No tees. We go play my ball. She's like, did you pick my ball up? I'm like, we're in the same cart. You saw I didn't pick your ball up.
Exactly.
Then she's like, what should I hit here? I'm like, you're 100 yards out, hit your 7 iron. She's like, no, I think I like the 8. Why are you asking me then?
Hit it short.
Right.
Why did I hit it short?
By the way, it's
Because
not
you
even-
hit the 7.
I don't like your clubs. Well, get your own clubs then. So I wanted to ask you though. So, you played a team sport at the highest level. Could you have seen yourself playing such like a individual sport, even though you have coaches and there's people behind you, because you think about all the Tiger stories about he hit, 1,500 balls alone, just out there mangling his hands. Like, it's just, I'm always just fascinated with the team sport versus the individual tennis, golf, individual sport.
It's hard because, like, for me, like, I play in so many. I played team sports like football, basketball, baseball, like all my life.
All team sports.
Yeah, and I was never tried boxing. I never was like track or anything like that. It was always just team sports. So for me, like when I switched over, and I feel like I like this more because I have so much control.
It's on you, man.
It's all on you.
Yeah.
And that's why I feel like I can't box. Because if I get my ass whooped, I can't blame that.
Your fault.
It's not.
Can't blame your coach. Can't blame your cut man.
He's just sharp that day too. And like golf is like shit. Worst come to worst, I hit that bitch in the bunker. My game ain't right.
Yeah.
I can shoot a score, but I ain't black and blue. And nah.
I had like a 6-month boxing career when I was 13. I was gonna fight in the Golden Gloves. I was winning some amateur stuff, and then I caught a dude who just hit me with the liver shot. Which, when you see boxers do that 4-second delay, they get hit. It happened to me, and I am not built for that. I don't want nothing to do with that.
Boy.
Even though we're broke and we could use the money if I become a pro boxer, I'm not.
This is not gonna be the way.
I'm cool being broke.
He's like, I'm gonna start acting.
Yeah. It's like, by the way, being broke ain't so bad. It's not that bad. It's not. I mean, it's bad, but like, look, we're all right.
We're
Yeah,
all
that
right.
liver shot
Yeah.
was like, I thought I was dying. I'm like,
Change your career.
I was 13 years old. I was like, Mom, I'm dying. You're not boxing anymore. And I never
Thank
again.
God.
Yeah. Yeah, I do mitts. That's all you'll see from me.
That's
So,
fucking hilarious.
We got a couple questions we'd like to ask. So what's your dream golf foursome, dead or alive? You and four, so a fivesome.
dead or alive. Okay, I would love to play with one of the old school Rat Pack dudes. I don't even care, like whether it's Sinatra, Dean Martin, Bob Hope wasn't Rat Pack, but just some of that, we talked about Lakeside. They used to do old school black and white celebrity golf matches back in the day where it was like actor on actor, kind of the stuff you see on YouTube now.
Yeah.
That was done at Lakeside.
Wow.
So I would definitely throw in like Sinatra, someone like that. Of course, I got to throw in, a golfer, but like Tiger's obviously the easiest choice.
Because he's from Brooklyn.
Because he's from Brooklyn.
From Brooklyn.
That's what we call a callback to the earlier bit right there.
Brooklyn's finest, Tiger Woods,
No,
Frank
I think
Sinatra.
like, I would go, Arnold Palmer or Seve Ballesteros, just
Yeah.
see some kind of level of golf greatness. And then I just want the comedy, so give me like, I don't think like Richard Pryor ever golf, but you need that comedian, right? You need someone who's gonna keep it light, keep it jokeful. So I'm gonna say Richard Pryor, even though I don't think
He
he's
still
ever
would be good in the foursome.
in the foursome.
Yeah, let's
give me
go. John's
Richard
the client.
Pryor and just roast people all day long. So
That's a fire
I love that
ass
question because
foursome.
that question is so great because it tells you everything about golf.
Yeah.
It's about the foursome, right? Like we're all playing and competitive and stuff, but you got that right foursome?
That's a good one.
I saw a video today on one of those Zaire golfs. Like the saddest moment in golf is like when you're with your boy and you finish playing. It's like, hey, let's play again next week. You're like, oh, I'm out of town. What about 2 weeks? Nah, like you're like, oh, we don't know when we're gonna play together again.
For sure.
We'll get out
good to
there
see
again
you,
soon,
man.
man. Good to see you. And
Parting ways with your boy for the golf course is a sad moment.
a sad-
man.
I
I'm sure
hate
women
it.
look at us in the car and be like, "What is wrong with y'all?
Yeah.
We just had such a great time, and now it's over."
A funny one, I just played with a guy out at Riviera, and so he's a member of Wilshire, and he's a member of
yeah,
Riviera.
I belonged to Wilshire for a minute too. That's an interesting course.
That's interesting. So I said, why'd you join Riv? He's like, to be honest, because I'm a businessman and I have all these people that I'm trying to do business with, and I'd hit them up and say, hey, I want to host you to play golf. And they'd say, okay, I'd love to play. What's going on? And you say, well, I'm going to host you at Wilshire. And he said, they'd be like, I'm actually out of town. So it's like, what about next week? No, it's my kid's birthday,
Right.
He said he joined Riviera because
Nobody's saying no.
no one's saying no. So it's like, if I want to have a business meeting with something and I'm a member of Riviera, it's like, hey, you think you and I could go talk a little business? I could host you at Riv. It's like, tomorrow?
Yeah, that conversation is like, man, I'm out of town, but I can fly in.
Yeah, like, I'll
what time
fly
you
in.
want? If you tee off at 2, I could be there.
I could be the
I
Van
could change
Nuys
my
by
flight. It's a
noon.
3:45 that I can make.
Yeah.
How many times have you ever changed flight times
All the
for
time.
golf, right? I'm
All the
sure
time.
it's just like, yeah.
All the time. I mean, I'll change it from the golf course because I'm playing again.
Yeah.
For sure.
We both ways. Change that shit if you're playing good, or change it if you're playing bad.
what?
If you're playing bad, it's like, I need to get out of here at 6 p.m. tonight.
Get me out of here.
I can't do this again tomorrow. You're playing good, it's like, shit, how about Monday?
Right.
We can play all week.
If you could only play golf one more time, what course?
Man, I've never played Pebble, and I've had a few opportunities, and it just never quite worked out. I know that's like such an obvious one, but Pebble for me, I would say, gun to my head, I'm saying Pebble. But also then like one place I just dying to play is Bandon Dunes, right? That's like the one I catch myself just looking at videos and like it just looks like such a interesting, beautiful place. The golf is almost secondary. So
It's cool.
But like Pebble, I just have never done it, and I've been playing long enough where I should have done it by now. So I would say go out with Pebble.
Pebble's just like, I think in between the 6th hole is a par 5
Right.
up the hill.
Yeah.
That's when Tiger hit like that 6-iron up the hill, and they said, better than most.
Better than- how about in? Yeah,
something, right?
yeah.
And then, but the walk from that green to the 7th tee box is like the coolest walk ever. You're out on that point. If you're watching if you're watching the Open or something there, you don't get to walk from the green to
Right.
the tee box. You got to go
gotta
around
around.
and fish around. But that little strip between the 6th green when you put the flag in and walk to the 7th tee box, it's
Amazing.
like, what is going on here? Even Cypress, there's a plaque on Cypress on like 16 or 15 or something, and it's a plaque and it has some dude and it said, be sure to take in this scenery because there are very few men that get to. You know what I mean? Just like,
You got me. I'm about to start tearing up, man. I gotta do it. I gotta do it before, just while I can, while I'm hitting it okay. I gotta do it.
What's your saving grace in the bag? What club is your favorite?
The 60. Give me the 60. That 60. My 60 has gotten me out of some jams. That's my entourage, man. My 60, that's my turtle, that's my Johnny Drama. That thing has gotten me out of some peculiar situations. I almost said the putter, but I'm like, no, that's a lie. I just be showing up. It's not the putter, it's the 60, man.
which one do you use?
I have like an old, rusty Cleveland
Really?
60 degree that I refuse to get rid of. It might be the illegal groove, like the old school groove still. Maybe that's true. This thing looks terrible.
Roger Cleveland. You ever run into him?
No,
he's
never.
LA. I think
Yeah.
he's at like LACC or Brentwood or something. Roger Cleveland. He's now making all the wedges, I guess, for Callaway.
Yeah.
After he sold Cleveland to Strixon or something.
I don't know,
game.
man. That's the thing where that's the only club probably too in my hands where I can truly say, I might not get the exact result, but it's gonna be close to what I'm trying to do. Every other club, there's always a little bit of, hold on to your ass right now. Not quite sure this bump and run's gonna be what I'm looking for. So, yeah, the 60.
Flip side to that, what club you getting rid of? If you could get rid of any club right now, what would it be?
We had that very famous scene with Tom Brady and Kevin Dillon on the show. And it's funny because Brady just topped his drive recently at Pebble. And he actually got on Twitter or X or whatever it's called and basically said, I guess Johnny Drama was right. Off the rack clubs suck, because that was the whole thing. And Dillon snaps the club. If I could snap my drive, I want to snap my driver every damn day. Don't matter which one I'm hitting. You can give me a stealth, a QI, a smoke. No offense to those brands. Those brands it's not you. It's me. I can't hit it. If I could Bo Jackson that shit every round. I've actually brought sometimes I carried around 2 drivers because I knew I'm gonna snap that shit in half. So I still want to have another one. I'm like, give me a reason. I look at give me a reason. Driver for sure.
What's your golf swag like? Are you baggy guy, Malbon, baggy, street mower, or are you Peter Millar, Keith Mitchell?
I'm legit baggy Malbon. It's not because I'm here.
Are you turtle or are you like...
I'm turtle on the course because also I want to be comfortable and I'm never comfortable with all the tight just shit. Also, I'm just not. I don't got it like that. But yeah, man, I just want comfort, and I do believe there is an element of look good, play good,
Yeah.
That's so mental, right? And probably it has nothing to do with your game, but there are times where I've put on a Malbon or just something, I'm just like, oh, I'm gonna go low today. I'm gonna go low today. And I don't quite go low, but I still...
You thought you had a chance.
I feel
Thought you
good.
had a chance,
Yeah, for sure, man. Absolutely.
So I know I show a lot of love. We show a lot of love because we're Knicks fans, but your other half is a Clevelander. But Cleveland has some great golf courses.
Yes.
So what's your favorite golf course in Cleveland?
Well, I've been lucky enough for a couple of times to play Firestone.
Firestone's
And that,
amazing.
there's obviously a lot of history there too. So I would say, I don't get to play it often, but Firestone for sure is, because I guess maybe it's because there's been opens there and stuff like that. You're out there and you definitely feel, I even think Tiger even said that's like one of his favorite courses. So Firestone for sure. But Cleveland does have a dope golf scene, for sure.
For sure. All right, that's another episode of Part 3. Appreciate you, Jay.
Thank you guys for
coming out,
having me, man. Thank you so much for having
Thank
me.
you,
I'm
buddy.
J.R. Smith. This is Jerry Ferrara, Stephen Malbon. We out
See
here.
you then.
Snap that driver right the fucking back, man. Let's go.